Here's what to look for before you buy. And as always, this information is on the house. If you're a first-time investor or even thinking about buying a second home, this video is for you. What we're going to do today is walk you through the process of what I do with my customers when I'm first introducing them to a short-term rental here in Orlando. I'm going to show you the do's, the don'ts, and the things that you need to be aware of to make your property profitable, make it stand out, and make sure it's a good investment for you. So if you're looking at one of these types of houses, this is a sneak peek at what I provide all of my customers when they're looking at these types of properties. So let's dive in. Hey there, I'm in ChampionsGate. This is a great short-term rental community right out in the area of Davenport, Florida. We're about 15 miles from Disney, really quick access. This house I'm going to show you today is the Maui model. This community was built by Lennar. This home was built in 2020. There is an older section to ChampionsGate that we're going to show you in some other videos with older homes built in the 2015s through 2018s. This is a little bit newer model, very similar to the other ones, but I'm going to show you what I do for my customers, whether you're virtual or you come inside with me. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of this model, what people should do, what you shouldn't do from a guest perspective, and from you, an owner perspective, on what you need to be looking for and the services I'm going to help protect you. So let's take a look inside. First off, I'm going to show you this. Again, this is a 8-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom home, a little over 3,900 square feet. It's got a 2-car garage, but in these communities, the garages aren't used for garages. They're actually turned into either game rooms, theater rooms, or some sort of entertainment. So don't pay attention to the garage right now, but let's take a look inside. All right, welcome inside. So this is a first impression that you need to be cognizant of with your guests, because they may be from another country. They may be getting in at 2 o'clock in the morning. They've never been to this house, obviously, right? They're renting this home for the week, the weekend, whatever it is. So the front entrance, the first impression means a lot. So let's move on to the living and entertainment spaces. The key here is to make sure your guests can spread out, have fun, and make memories. Look at how big this living area is. We've got 9'4" ceilings, very big open space. Again, because you're gonna have between 15 and 25 people in this house, you need plenty of places to sit, to entertain, to keep different people occupied of all ages, the kids, the adults, the teens, grandparents, whoever it is. They all need to be having something to do, whether it's being out at the pool, being in the game room, the garage. You go upstairs, there's a loft, more entertainment up there, whatever they're looking for. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. So look at this kitchen. I mean, I'm 6'2". This is, you got 7 or 8 feet worth of space in here. There's no island, but you've got plenty of cook space because the idea behind an Airbnb is you're going to be bringing your own food, save on money. So you've got, look at all the cabinets, and these come fully furnished. Everything you see comes with the property when you purchase it. So all the silverware, cups, plates, dishes. Down below, there's strainers and bakeware, everything a guest is going to need to feed a family of 18 to 20 people for a week, right? So just keep that in mind, that all of this conveys with the purchase price when you buy one of these. So you want to have it comfortable and diverse, right? You don't want to be too specific with your artwork, with colors. You don't want to go too loud, but you want to have, like this house, this over here. When you're looking at this in a picture, this is going to look fantastic because it's got things to keep your eyes busy as well as a pop of color. So when you think I'm shopping on Airbnb and strolling through those photos, that's going to look good because it's got a lot of color. Same with this TV wall over here. Look at, they've done, and these are very inexpensive to do. These little panels, these are just plastic and they're often just glued on around the edges. But you've got this huge TV that a lot of people may not have at home, and they're going to be mesmerized. So that's going to be, when they're scrolling online, you've got to have things that other people don't have, right? So I think that's going to be very important. If you look at these floors, even the stairways are done in this luxury vinyl plank. So this is waterproof, life-proof. It's easy to clean. Your cleaners are gonna love you because they're not vacuuming each individual step, and there's no stains. And if you think about 20 people or so, heavily kids, dragging up luggage up these stairs, bouncing into these walls, this area gets really messy, right? So having no carpet and having darker walls where it can absorb some of those scuffs. If this was a white wall, you'd see every little scuff all the way up the stairs because that's just how it works. If we look around up here, this is a really neat floor plan because behind me, or behind you, you've got 3 bedrooms and then there's 2 bathrooms on each side. This has a Jack and Jill bathroom over here. There's a Jack and Jill bathroom over here. And then there's another bedroom that doesn't have a bathroom, but they can share off this way. And then behind me, there's another bedroom over here and a bathroom over here. We've got a great big bonus room that I'm standing in. And then behind that is what is really considered flex space, right? So this home in public records, it's an 8-bedroom home, but the way they have it set up here, that room behind me, they have it as a 9th bedroom, and there's actually 3 beds in there. So now you're sleeping 6 more people instead of having that into a game room or another TV, which you've got a great big TV here. They turn it into beds, which that's where you make your money. How many people can I sleep? That changes your nightly rate, right? So I applaud the people that turn into bedroom. Some people do at movie theaters. When we go in there, I'll show you what I mean about how big the space is and what you could potentially do with it, right? Moving on to bedrooms and bathrooms. So they need to be as comfortable as they are functional. Think luxury hotel, but customized for the guest in mind. And this is a huge suite, and you can theme this out or you can make it, my opinion, I think you should make it spa-like. It should feel better than what they have at home. This is nice, it looks like a hotel. I would even elevate this a little bit more personally, but that's up to you. It's certainly acceptable, but you can see they have that accent wall again, the same colors in the living room. So again, in the photo, this is gonna look really nice. They've got a ceiling fan with light. So when you walk in the room, they can flip a switch and get a light, which is very important again, because they've never been here. So that's something that I look out for you, because ceiling fans, although they're fairly inexpensive, if they don't have them, that's just more work that you have to do once you purchase the home. You have to come in here and think of those things. If we go in this bathroom again, you can see in these homes, the cabinets and the countertops are going to be the same throughout the entire house. So we've got this gray quartz with white shaker type cabinets. Every room in the house is going to have that. All the wet areas are going to have the same tile, and you can see the shower. This is a nice, huge shower, and you've got a separate soaking tub for people that want that. If we go in here, this is a really nice feature because we've got a door that leads out to the pool. So any guests any kids or whatever, they're going to have access to the master bathroom, but they don't have to run through the house, through the kitchen and the living room, soaking wet, and with crumbs all over them maybe. But they get to use this bathroom right from the pool. So that's a really good convenient feature right there. What I love about this floor plan is there's flexibility. You have 8 bedrooms, potentially 9 with that other one I was talking about. You gotta cater to little kids, toddlers, teenagers, boys, girls, young adults that are gonna be here. Maybe it's 2 or maybe sometimes 3 families. So you need a place for adults and kids that don't want necessarily the theming of a superhero or a monster or Star Wars or whatever. They just want a nice, comfortable place. So you've got to have a nice mix. Some people theme out the entire house one theme. Other people choose to kind of diversify and have a little bit of everything. So this room here, again, we come in, we've got a nice ceiling fan. So there's light. Turn on the light switch, you've got light right there. Nice, comfortable bed. This is a queen size bed. So you can see there's still plenty of room here. Then we come in here, we've got a Jack and Jill bathroom. Again, you can see the same quartz countertops, same cabinets, same flooring. So fairly generic in here, but it's very useful because we've got an entrance here, an entrance here, and an entrance here. So it's really a 3-way bathroom that these 3 bedrooms are all going to share. But you've got a double vanity sink for a secondary bathroom. That's nice. Your water closet and your shower are all separate, and it's just a stand-up shower. There's usually not too many tubs in these homes. Usually the primary bedroom has a tub, and there's usually one other tub somewhere, but mostly they're just stand-up showers, right? But let's go in here. Again, this is something that I'm not crazy about. It wasn't well thought out. This is just an area for kids to get a little hurt. Not a huge deal, but maybe consider moving the bedroom around, or maybe put bunk beds in rooms like that you don't have all the room for. In photos, if you can look at this on your booking platform, this is the picture you're going to do. So they're going to see this neat mural. They're going to see the bright, colorful bedspreads, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot in this room. So they're just missing the mark a little bit. They could put waves in here. They could do a lot with the lighting. They could do some really cool stuff in here. But this is better than a lot of them that you're going to see. So they've got a really good head start. What they did do right is they framed this one in, because they do the kids will come down here and tend to peel these off. And then again, you're out of state or out of country. You don't know that that's happening. And then now it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So you want to be careful, protect that investment, because they are expensive. We go right next door into another bedroom. So this is a third bedroom upstairs. We've got 3 more to go. And again, they just didn't go all the way here. There's so much opportunity with princesses. There's so much stuff on the market that you can do in these rooms, from really cool chandeliers, crystal chandeliers, murals that will blow your mind that are so realistic, and then these bedspreads. But again, from a picture standpoint, it's nice and colorful. Girls are going to say, oh, I want it. They've got this, but they should have a matching chandelier. There's so much more you can do. I would advise even painting the ceiling. Most kids' bedrooms now, especially the age that this is going to appeal to, have the chasing LED lights. And those are super simple to put up and control. I would strongly advise that, especially if you're only going to go with this little light here and not a chandelier. You need some extra light in here, right? Because this room, we've got the curtains and the blinds are closed. It's kind of dark in here. Whatever they're going to do up here, they need a little bit more light. And you want to focus on this, maybe even just frame this in the lights, right? All right, so we've got one more bedroom and then our little secret room over here. This bedroom faces the front of the house, so we've got a lot more natural light. We've got a window on 2 different walls, so this one's flooded with natural light. They do have the blackout curtains, which I advise, as well as blinds, so you can make this nice and airtight if you do need to sleep. But pretty basic in here. They've got a nice pop of color on this wall, a nice accent wall. The rest of the room's kind of plain. They've got the ceiling fan. They've got the same size TV in every room. And I noticed this is one thing too that you want to think about is don't always shop for the cheapest TV. Shop for the same brand of TV. So if you lose remotes, if you need parts, whatever you need to do, they're easily interchangeable. You can I would always buy extra remotes for everything if you can, right? Just one of those little tip jar things that I like to do to tell you about. It's going to make your life easier. They did a nice job in here. This feels like a hotel with, minus the carpet. If you didn't have carpet in here, it would really elevate this room. Having a nice luxury vinyl plank or a laminate would really make this feel a lot better with the other types of finishes that they have in this room. So we've got one more secret space to go. And this is probably, besides the garages, my favorite space of this model. This is, I don't know if I said this is the Maui model. By Lennar. So it's an 8-bedroom. Technically, you could make it a 9-bedroom. So every Maui model in this community has this room, but everyone chooses to do something a little different with it, right? Because you have to stand out. You can't do what everyone else is doing. A lot of people, when this community was built, especially in the older section, the ones that were built in 2015 through 2018, 19, they were sold, the buyers were sold as an option. You could make this into a movie theater room. So they would put a big screen TV screen back there, a projector hanging from the ceiling, and then they would do stadium seating here. So they would have 2, sometimes 3 rows of big comfy chairs, which is cool. But again, you've got a big TV right there. You've got another one downstairs. You've got one in the garage. And actually in this community, they're at the clubhouse, they have an actual movie theater. So it seems a little redundant to me, and you're not getting any revenue from a movie theater. It might sound good online, but you're not making any more money. And look, 2, 4, 6 more people that you get to sleep. And if you had a movie theater in here, no one's sleeping in here. So your nightly rate can be elevated by being able to sleep more guests. So if we look at this room as a whole though, again, they did some really cool stuff in here, right? If you're a Harry Potter fan, you can see they've got the wooden planks, they've got the bookcases, the train, a little bit of everything going on here. But I think it could really go to next level. There's a lot more you could be doing in here. And there's the Harry Potter stuff, Harry Potter, Princess, Mickey Mouse, all the big characters that everyone really knows well. There's so much stuff out there, whether it's lighting, decor, stickers. Just use your imagination. You have to measure the walls and make sure it fits, because if you look at this, you know, they've got some empty wall space here that they probably should have painted to make it look the same, but they've got the fake brick down here. They've got, see the stickers, what I was talking about? This is something you want to try and avoid. It just didn't go on right. So this is going to wind up getting torn. You're going to wind up replacing that at some point. But you know, you've got six kids that are going to be able to sleep in here. You could just take this to a whole nother level though if you wanted to. And we're going to see some of those in some of my other videos. But for now, just know that this is about as basic as you want to get. Again, if you look at this and you take out the bedspreads, right? What else do you have in this room, right? You've got some stickers on the wall. So you really need to do, it's furniture, it's little things on the walls, like the pictures are a nice touch, but you really need to bring it all together and make it super memorable, super unique as you can. We've got different themes in all the bedrooms, which is great because again, when people are looking online, they're flipping through the pages, looking for something that excites them, that they have a connection with, or their kids do, that they're going to like, oh my God, I'd love to have that for my kid. One of the biggest ones out there is Star Wars, right? So who doesn't love Star Wars? Or it's known, it's one of the most famous movies ever made. So there's going to be some iconic things that you want to include to make sure that it's recognizable when they're scrolling, right? This is a bare minimum you need to do is the Walmart bedspread or Amazon, wherever you get this. This is, if it didn't have these stickers on the wall, some people just stick with this and a light and they think that that's theming. That does not work anymore. I had to open up the drapes and the blinds just so there's enough light in here. Now, if I hadn't done that, this room is extremely dark because, and again, the little kids that are running through this house looking for which room's mine, and they knew this room was in the house. This is a 4,000 square foot house. They're running around looking for it. They go to flip the switch, and this is the only thing that comes on. Those blinds are closed. The blackout curtains are done. The ceiling is black. The walls are dark blue. It's not much to get excited about. So even having those LED lights or having these backlit, something to really amp up that excitement level is what you need to be doing, right? So again, nice in here. One thing that strikes me as odd, we've got two different kind of, this is like a pleather headboard, and you can see how loose it is. This is something that I want to look out for you. When I'm doing these tours for you, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting on the bed and making sure the mattresses are sturdy and the beds aren't wobbly. But look at this headboard, and then look at this headboard too. And this is a fabric, you know, it's certainly not any high end, but this isn't for a little kid that's going to be interested in Star Wars. A fabric headboard that moves like this, and this is leather. They're both white, but they're just not kids. So keep everything in consistent that when you're doing your theming, because it really does matter. So we come in here. Now we've got the second adult bedroom that's upstairs, right? So again, you need a nice mix of that, because not everybody wants the extremeness of all the sensory overload that some of these rooms have. They did do the same kind of wall behind the TV as we had downstairs, a little bit different pattern, but it's the same concept. Gives a little texture to the room. Outside of that, they don't have a lot of color. Very kind of mellow and mundane, but they do have a ceiling fan. They do have a large TV, which some people are still trying to do those 24-inch TVs that are this thick. This is a nice flat screen TV. It's mounted on the wall, so you only see one cord. Oh, sorry, you caught me a little napping, enjoying the Florida weather we have today. So we're out here at the pool, and you'd think this is kind of boring out here, but I've actually got a lot of little comments to make that you should also consider. One thing is, we just had a hurricane come through. We're filming this in October of 24, so we had a couple hurricanes. Whether this damage was caused by that or not, I don't know, but this is one thing I'm looking for, because you can see all around, there's lots of screens on these pool enclosures, and they get expensive. This panel here is probably about $75, and they get more expensive the higher you go. So when one of these breaks, it's a big deal. And you as an owner are probably living out of state or even out of country. You're not going to know that that's broken until a guest complains about it, and maybe wants a discount. If you don't know about it and they don't report it to you, you're going to be caught by surprise, and that could lead to more and more expensive repairs, right? You may notice this and you may not be familiar with it, but this is a pool fence. And by Florida law, you're going to have one of these. Your guests can certainly take this down. These just pop out of the ground. There's holes pre-drilled, and then they can pop it back up. Again, your cleaners have to put this back up every time they come out here. The deck is all pavers, so it's easy to clean. You just pressure wash it. It does have 2 lights here. And now a lot of homes have ceiling fans outside because we're in Florida and it does get pretty hot here in Orlando, humidity-wise. And ceiling fans cool people, not the space. So as long as you have good outdoor rated ceiling fans, you're going to be really good. This experience is really cool. When the kids see this, they're going to be, oh my God, Dad, Mom, thank you so much, because it's sensory overload, right? For a little kid, there's Captain America's shield on the ceiling. There's another 85-inch television. If you look around on all these walls, all of this is hand-painted murals in here. And again, that provides a uniqueness that most homes just don't do. This is the garage, and this would be actually where the garage door is, behind this wall. So you can see they've drywalled in where the door is. They've taken off the rails. They've taken down the opener. So this doesn't feel like a garage so much anymore. So again, in here, we've got a couch, we've got a pool table, and we've got skee ball. So those are all really cool things, but you can see how much extra room you have to do something over here. This can be an adult room too, right? You can have kids and stuff. You could put a bar over here. You could put arcade games in here. There's lots of room to do more stuff. This is about the minimum you want to do as far as entertainment goes. The walls and everything are fantastic. I would do a little bit more elevated with the gaming and stuff. And a little something from the tip jar today. One thing that people tend to overlook is where the house is placed within the community. Some of these communities have 1,000 homes, 1,500 homes. Your home could be very far away from the community center and the clubhouse and all the amenities that the community has to offer. So when you've got a house this big, putting 20, 25 people in there, guess what they have to do? You have to load all that stuff into your cars, 1, 2, 3 cars, just to go up to the pool and enjoy the clubhouse. So if you can, find a house that's close to the clubhouse so everyone can just walk up there with their towels in tow and have a good time and not have to worry about getting in the cars and unloading everybody and loading everybody and all that. Keep that in mind. So to sum all of this up, all the things I went over, there's nothing that's not important. Everything matters in these homes. The attention to detail, the level of quality and care that you put into your property, and personality, right? Because you need to stand out. This is a very crowded market, so you have to do all these things and more. The more you put in, the more effort you put in, the more diligence, the better the result's going to be. And of course, if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you ring the bell so you never miss out on any of our videos. Because here at On the House, we're all about giving you the tools to invest smarter and live better. See you on the next one. Totally overthinking it. There's gonna be a lot of blooper reel here.